Now, going back to some more of this messaging that we're getting from Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem, who has been at the forefront when it comes to talking about this whole investigation. We have been showcasing this for the past several hours, in which, in part, she says that for months we've been warning politicians and the media to tone down their rhetoric about ICE law enforcement before someone was killed. These horrendous killings must serve as a wake-up call to the far left that their rhetoric about ICE has consequences. And we know that just yesterday as well, the secretary did appear on Fox News to talk about this entire investigation. I want to play out some of the comments that she had next.
Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem. Madam Secretary, it's great to have you on the show tonight. The suspect in this ICE facility shooting was identified as 29-year-old Joshua Jahn. We know the investigation is ongoing, but what can you tell us tonight about him?
Well, we can tell you that he was on an elevated rooftop, that he shot into a building, into a carport area, that he was targeting ICE based on what we've seen as far as evidence so far in this case, and that we have to do all that we can to make sure this never happens again. So unfortunately, we see this kind of violence out on our streets every day. We see people that have been targeting our law enforcement officers across the country, not just in their rhetoric, but also in their actions out on the streets. And some of them appear to be acting independently. We don't know that for certain with this individual yet. We have to let the FBI finish the case, and we'll still continue to work with them to make sure that we do due diligence. But we also know that every day our law enforcement officers out on the street are facing terrorist organizations, cartel members. They're facing very dangerous individuals and networks that are sophisticated, that use technology. And what we're going to do in response, Laura, is that we're going to hire more ICE officers. We're going to go out and hire more law enforcement officers. We're not going to stand for this in the United States. And I'm so incredibly proud of our president, who is furious over the fact that we every day are seeing victims of crime, victims of this kind of a terrorist attack on a facility where people were working, showing up for their jobs, and all they wanted to do was to be able to do that safely and go home to their families at night. So, Laura, we got a lot of work to do in this country, but we're going to make sure that we are a country that obeys the law. We follow the law, and if these politicians don't like it, then go ahead and change it. Quit going out and giving speeches. Go actually do something with your lives and accomplish something, and have a debate over policy rather than just attacking innocent people and people who get up and go do their jobs with honor and dignity and respect.
So that was just a part of the interview that Secretary Noem participated in when talking to Fox News about this entire investigation and what's going to happen going forward. Again, very tight-lipped at this moment. We just know the name of the suspect. We know that federal authorities are working closely with local law enforcement to try to piece together really what a motive could be in this entire situation, because a motive has not really been established yet. We know that several detainees were the ones who were shot. One of them was killed. But going back to this motive, as I just mentioned, the exact motive for the attack not immediately known at this time, but the FBI continuing to go back to this anti-ICE messaging and the fact that Director Kash Patel did release a photo on social media showing that bullet with the words, quote, anti-ICE written on them. DHS spokesperson Tricia McLaughlin also posting photos showing the bullet holes in a window and a glass case holding an American flag. And then, of course, DHS Secretary Kristi Noem calling it, quote, a vile attack that was motivated by hatred for ICE. So we'll just have to wait and see what we're going to get in terms of information later on today from law enforcement still at that very active scene down in Dallas, Texas. 5:51 Central Time there. We're also working closely with our partners at Fox 4 for all of those details, and we'll bring them to you here, as always, at Live Now from Fox.